Oh, this one's going to linger. Get comfortable. Let the cold fade away. Slow down. Breathe it in. And when you're ready, baby, dream of a new life.
Cabin Life, Borrowed Heat by Catherine Serafina. Chapter 4, Settling Weight. The days stopped feeling separate. Morning bled into afternoon, afternoon into night, until time became something measured in chores instead of hours. The cabin had its own pulse now, and without meaning to, I'd started moving to it. I woke before Shane and Davis most mornings, not because I planned to. My body just seemed to know when the fire needed tending, when the cold crept too far in. I'd pull on layers, relight the stove, set water to boil. By the time they stirred, the worst of the chill had already been pushed back. No one commented on it anymore. That should have bothered me more than it did. I cleaned because things needed to be clean. I cooked because eating mattered. I kept lists, tracked supplies, noticed when something was running low before it became a problem. At some point, it stopped feeling like I was helping and started feeling like I was maintaining something fragile. Like if I slipped even a little, the whole place might tilt. They trusted me with it. Shane and Davis came back late one afternoon, boots crunching against packed snow outside the door. I heard them before I saw them. The scrape of metal, the thud of gear being set down, their voices muffled by scarves and cold air. "Anything?" I asked, already reaching for another pot. Shane shook his head. "Old tracks. Nothing fresh." Davis shrugged out of his coat. "We went farther west this time, doubled back before dark." They talked like that a lot now. Routes, distances, what they didn't follow, what they chose to leave alone. I tried to listen, really listen, but my attention kept snagging on the dull ache in my chest. The way it pulled when I leaned forward, the way the cold seemed to make it throb just under the skin. I adjusted my shirt without thinking, tugging it down when it rode up as I reached for spices. Shane kept talking. "There's a place we heard about," he said. "Not exactly a town, more like a stop." I paused, spoon hovering over the pot. "A trading post?" Davis added. "Sometimes." "Sometimes?" I repeated. Shane nodded. "Moves or shuts down? Hard to say. We don't go often." "Too many eyes?" Davis said. He hesitated, then added almost as an afterthought. "Met all kinds out there, though. Some weird, some decent." Shane shrugged. "One guy we talked with a bit, 40s, I think. Nice guy. Mentioned he had a wife and son. Yeah. Kyle," Davis said. Pretty sure that was his name. The words, "too many eyes," landed heavier than he probably intended. I felt it settle somewhere low in my stomach. The reminder that the world hadn't vanished. It had just thinned out, pulled back, left pockets of itself behind like frost-bitten fingers. My chest twinged again, sharper this time, and I lost the thread of what they were saying for a second. I told myself it was just the cold, or the way I'd been leaning over the stove too long. I nodded anyway. I noticed the clothes more in moments of stillness. When I caught my reflection passing the window. When I reached overhead and felt fabric shift higher than I expected. The shirts were softer now, shorter through the torso, clinging just enough to make me tug them down without thinking. The jeans still fit. Technically. But they sat differently on my hips, tighter through the thighs, riding higher at the waist. Inside, the leggings had become automatic. Warmth justified everything. Underneath, the change from briefs to plain cotton panties had happened so quietly I almost missed it. No lace, no color worth mentioning, just fabric that sat flatter, didn't bunch, didn't remind me it was there. Practical, comfortable. I told myself that was all it meant. Still, sometimes when I moved, when my legs brushed together inside the leggings, I noticed the difference. The smooth slide of fabric instead of stiff denim, the way it felt, gentler. I told myself I liked it because it was warmer. I didn't examine that too closely. While I was labeling jars and restacking shelves later that evening, Davis watched me for a moment longer than usual. "You're good at this," he said. I glanced up. "At writing?" "At keeping things straight," he said. "Remembering what we need." His eyes flicked briefly to the shelf I just finished organizing then, just as briefly, to my hands. I followed the glance without meaning to, suddenly aware of how careful my movements had become. Deliberate, precise. I nodded, unsure what response he expected. He didn't say anything else, just went back to what he'd been doing, like the observation didn't require follow-up. That almost felt worse. That night, lying awake, I listened to the cabin breathe, the pop of the stove, the wind whirring at the eaves, the familiar sounds of Shane and Davis shifting in their sleep. My chest ached more when I lay on my side. I adjusted, then adjusted again, trying to find a position that didn't pull or press. Eventually I gave up and stared at the ceiling instead. The thought came uninvited. What happens if one of them doesn't come back someday? I didn't picture heroics or survival. I pictured silence, an unlit stove, no footsteps outside, no voices carrying in from the cold. My throat tightened before I realized why. I pulled the blankets closer and turned onto my other side, pressing my arm lightly across my chest without quite meaning to. Tomorrow would come. The fire would need tending. There would be work to do. That was enough to hold on to. For now.
Thank you for watching. Some nights leave marks you can't see.
Still lost in the dream, aren't you? Don't worry, I've got plenty more where that came from. Sweet, sexy, transformative little dreams. All just a click away. And if you're craving the naughty versions, the ones too hot for YouTube, you know exactly where to find them. On my Patreon. I'll be waiting, gorgeous.